I welcome you here today to take you through how to work on the results in case you at one point use Moodle and you want to prepare your results. So something like this will be happening on your screen. Okay, so sometimes you may have a challenge because the names appear in different columns, as you can see here. The names appear in column A, first name, then I think this is surname, then the first name, and then the student number, other details are there. Now these details, I'd like to first warn you, these details are not real, they are fictitious, but they're just used here purposely so that you can be able to provide an understanding of how some of these things are done. So the first thing we need to do is to, of course, double click, highlight everything, double click so that you can see everything clearly. Then after you've done that, you quickly you can see this I can say the original output from Moodle. Once you extract it and you export it to Excel, it will appear like this. Then since I may need some of this information, what I will do, I'll copy this information, okay, and paste it in a new sheet where I can operate from and do some edits there. Okay, so like this, I've done the copying already. So after I've done the copying, there are some details which I really don't need right now. For instance, if I bold this area here, the details I don't need. So I can say student number, email address, program, campus. I don't need that right now. I don't need that information. Registration number is not clear, so I'll also remove that one. This is the status, whether the paper was finished or not by the student, the date when it was done, when it was started, the date and time, the date and time when it ended, time taken, etc. So all this information, I'm going to remove it because I don't need it right now. After it is there in my original sheet. Okay, so I'll remove all this. Okay, then after removing, I can see here the grade is out of 30. I need this information, but I don't need the breakdown. So I remove the breakdown, all of this. I remove it all. So I don't need it. So I remove it all. After I've done that, the next thing I need to do is to make sure that my results appear very well here. Okay. Now, then the next thing I'm going to do here is to first and foremost merge the names so they don't appear as separate columns, they appear together. Okay. So what I'll do, I will just create here a new column like this one here, and I say this is I can call it merged name list. Okay. Then after I've done that, what I will do, I will now say equals. Now I'm using the formula of Excel to be able to merge the names very fast. So I'll say equals, I click the surname, okay. As I click the surname, I put and symbol, then you put these are called quotation marks, okay. Then I put space, then again put quotation marks, then and symbol, then I click the second name. When I click enter on my laptop, on the keyboard, see what happens. You see what has happened? Now this has been merged into James Akol. So the two names which were formerly separate names, now they appear as single names. Okay, single names. So what I'll do, I'll just scroll down up to here, and there we are. Okay, and I think by now you know they're scrolling down. By scrolling down means you're copying the formula. And when you copy the formula, it appears very fast. As you can see, all the names which were initially separate names, now they appear as single names. Now, the next thing which you may be interested in right now is to check whether, sometimes some of these students we have can attempt more than once, especially when we have internet challenges, and probably as a lecturer or as a teacher, you want to favor some students, okay, and maybe you allow them to attempt more than once, especially within the time frame of the exam. So you find that somebody may have the same output, okay, so the same exam attempted, but the name appears twice with two different results. So sometimes we may be able to achieve that. As I was explaining to you earlier, that there are cases when a student could have done more than one attempt because of some technical challenges. Okay. Now this time around, I want to show you how you can be able to match the list and be able to identify. You match the lists of the first and the surname and the first name, and be able to identify the student who has attempted more than once. And by doing so, you can be able to eliminate cases whereby the same student appears more than once with different marks. Okay, so what I will do, I create my merge list here. Okay, so I'll just do surname and exclamation mark space exclamation mark, then and again, then second name or first name. Okay, that's it. Then what I'll do, I'll scroll down, okay, up to the last name, assuming I only have 9 sorry, these are not 9 students, these are 8 students, assuming I have 8 students. So what I will do next, I'll be able to, I want to remove the formula now, so I'll copy this and I paste it. But this time around I paste using the what? Using values only, and as you can see, the formulas are no longer there. The formulas are no longer there. Now the next thing you're supposed to do, which means now with this new, I can easily remove this first and second name and nothing will happen to my new list. You can see now, because this new list I've created, because I've removed the formulas, it does not depend on the original list. So now my new list is like that. The next thing I'm going to do is to look for duplicates. So I'll highlight here and go to my Excel format here, and I say highlight cell, and when I highlight cell I come to duplicate values, and as you can see, after clicking OK, it shows me that we have 4 students who have a highlight. And what does this mean? It means that those 4 students attempted more than, okay, not 4 but 2 students. As you can see, this is James here and this is the James here. There's Irele and Irele here. These 2 people attempted more than once. You can see the first attempt of James had 16, the second attempt got 23. The first attempt of Irele is 15, the second attempt of Irele is 10. So what I will do, I'll merge the lists. I'll get a final list here, and this final list will not have these names. We use a formula in Excel called combine. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So I'm going to put here name, and I'm going to put here max, and you can see what combine magically combines this particular data. So what I will do, I'll come to data. There's you can see a section here. There's home, insert, pager, layout, formula. So up here there is a button called data. Click that one. Then after you have clicked the data, then you look for the combined formula. Okay, the combined formula. This one here. You see, it's consolidate. Consolidate is the combined formula. So I'm going to use the consolidate to summarize my data and remove any kind of duplicates. So what I'll do, I'll click consolidate. And when I click consolidate, you can see there's a dialog box here which has appeared. And this dialog box is asking me what is the reference range? Where do I pick my data from? Okay, so I pick my data from here. So I click this one here, I pick my data from here. Then I instruct Excel, what do I want Excel to do? I say no, I don't want sum, I want the highest. So pick maximum value, okay? Pick maximum value, so I click maximum value. The next thing they ask me, use labels. You see down here, use labels, but they ask you, which labels do you want? Of course, my labels are on the left. So since I want to consolidate these marks here, and pick out the highest mark, of course, I'll say my labels are on the left hand side of the mark that I want to consolidate. So I click left. When I click left, I click OK, and see what happens. See what has happened here? What has happened here is that James Circle has been picked, but we have picked the highest mark, which is 23, and we have left out 16. 23 has been picked. Then if you come to Irele, Irele is here, we have picked 15, which is up here 15, and we have left out 10. Okay, so that is a formula, it's a function in Excel which can quickly do that for you. So even if you have 1,000 students, okay, let's assume 1,000 students, just imagine a scenario whereby 1,000 students have attempted your test. And out of the 1,000 students, 500 of them attempted more than once, which means in your list, you'll be having 1,500 students. But the extra 500 students, in terms of the list, are not supposed to be there because they are duplicate lists. So, but using this combined consolidate formula I've just shown you, you will be able to bring back your student list plus student results back to the 1,000 number without affecting any student, and every student will be able to get the highest mark possible because you have instructed Excel to pick out the highest mark. Okay, the highest mark. So that is how now you can be able to present quickly your list of student results. Okay, now I'm going to stop here right now. Okay, but in my next video I'm going to show you how to use a formula to extract registration numbers from a different list and attach them to this very list which has the students, okay, which has the students that have the results you have. So like now you can see in Moodle, unfortunately, depending on the settings we have, but in this particular setting, the Moodle does not capture the registration numbers, okay? So because of that, we may need to use another list which has registration numbers and incorporate those numbers into this particular list of ours. So in my next video, I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, thank you.